Bitcoin just got huge news and the price is absolutely flying because of it. This might be one of the biggest, most packed news days as far as crypto and Bitcoin goes, especially when just yesterday we had the largest liquidation event in Bitcoin history. It has truly been a wild 72 hours in crypto. I respect your guys' time. We're going to jump right into it. I think I got this down to 10 minutes. So buckle up. I'm going to try to make this the best 10 minutes of your day. What a V-shape recovery we have right here. We're looking at Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart, and all weekend, it was nothing but fear. Tariffs were announced. There was a bunch of these liquidation events. Over $2 billion were liquidated here, with the majority of that being shorts. And all of a sudden, crypto on Monday morning is having a nice recovery. Right now, we're a little over $100,000. We hit $102,000 at what point? So what's going on? What's causing all this news? We are going to go over it today. But if you're new here, welcome to the channel. My name's Doc. I'm a resident physician throughout the day. And at night, I take you on my crypto investing journey. No more screwing around. Crypto, fear and greed index. We're at 72. Just yesterday, we were at 40, 44. This stuff is flying so fast, back and forth, back and forth. And that's because market makers are trying to liquidate your crypto. Guys, just hodl your bags. This is all going to work out. We are on the cusp of an altcoin season, and we're going to talk about it here. So the biggest thing that I think caused some of this reversal, got fear out of the market, is this. Just 48 hours after these tariff trade wars began, they're both done, right? We reached a deal with both Canada and Mexico. This includes both Mexico sending 10,000 troops and Canada sending 10,000 troops, both to secure the south and north borders, respectively. This is pausing the tariffs for 30 days. So was this the fastest trade war, tariff war of all time? Yeah, probably. So Justin Trudeau is also mentioning that they're going to appoint a fentanyl czar. Sentiment changes so quick here. And as we can see here, sentiment really changed in the Bitcoin chart as well, right? Fear and greed is absolutely flying. Also, big news tomorrow. I actually think this is more bullish than the tariffs getting worked out, is President Trump's AI and crypto czar, David Sachs. He's going to hold a press conference tomorrow, 2:30 Eastern, 1:30 Central Time, about digital assets and how America will secure its position as a leader in the space. I liked this tweet better from Marty Party: to secure America as a leader in the digital asset ecosystem. Guys, this is huge. I don't think people realize how big this is, right? A week or two ago, they flirted about a crypto stockpile, and we're going to do some planning about it. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about this digital asset ecosystem, and I'm going to get to it. I'm not trying to jump the gun, but the funny thing is, who's in charge of this sovereign wealth fund, right? Because this was an executive order that was signed today. President Trump signed a sovereign wealth fund. This is the guy who's in charge of it. Let's just listen to this clip real quick.
I have hundreds of millions of dollars.
Okay.
Hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars exposure to Bitcoin. And it will be billions.
I was going to say, so next year when you come back.
So you're probably asking yourself, who is this guy? Well, of course, this is Howard Lutnick. He is the head of Trump's sovereign wealth fund. And you know what? I'm actually going to find this tweet from my financial friend, because I think he probably said it best. Obviously, you guys know I'm a huge fan of Sam's. I think he's a great guy. He's one of the he's just a really good source of information. So he said it best in this tweet. He says, a sovereign wealth fund, we're going to buy Bitcoin, right? That's really what this is. This was signed today. There was an executive order for this today. Okay, so we're building a thesis here. Tariffs are gone. We have a sovereign wealth fund that was signed as an executive order today, and crypto czar David Sachs, he's going to hold a press conference tomorrow about digital assets. Sounds bullish. Well, guess what, guys? There's more to the story. ETH, okay? ETH having a nice rebound. We saw this dip all the way down to 2,100 yesterday, right? We kind of wicked down to this previous level of support. But guess what, guys? We are right back in the middle of this channel. We've been bouncing around in this descending channel for quite some time. I would not be surprised at all if we found our way back to the top of this channel by tomorrow, right? So what does that mean in real terms? I think ETH is going to get back to 3,200 within the next day or two. And why wouldn't it? President Trump's son, Eric Trump, is saying, in my opinion, it's a great time to add ETH. And guess what? His company, WorldFi, they're buying truckloads of ETH, right? ETH has been beat down compared to Bitcoin, right? Let's look at it. ETH versus Bitcoin. Of course, it's not going to come up. ETH, Bitcoin. Here we go. Ethereum, Bitcoin. Look at this. This is Ethereum on its Bitcoin pair, and this is a weekly chart. Guess what, guys? It really just has been beat down, okay? So Benjamin Cohen, he said like, oh, I think ETH Bitcoin will fall to 0.03, or put differently, ETH will have a market cap. It will fall down to a market cap of 3% of that of Bitcoin. Guys, yesterday it hit down to like 2.5%. And at its peak, ETH used to be over 8% of Bitcoin. So I really think ETH is going to outperform Bitcoin in 2025. Okay, guys, before we keep going, just wanted to say thank you. I really appreciate all the support. This is me on YouTube. If you guys are getting any value out of this, consider liking, subscribe. It really, really does help out. And guess what? We're a stone's throw away from 2,000 subs. So guys, if you don't mind, go ahead and hit the sub button. It's free, really helps me out. And it's going to push more Bitcoin and crypto videos to you in the algorithm. Also, I got my BTCC link down below. You get a 10% bonus on your first time deposits. This is huge. Up to 10 G's, 10 racks in bonuses. And I think the big thing is this greatly reduces your fees when you leverage trade. This is a no KYC, no VPN. And my guys, you can 500x leverage on Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, amongst others. Definitely do not recommend 500x leverage. But if you would have put a leveraged play on this Bitcoin drop down here, you would be up significantly, right? So, okay. Another big thing that we have to talk about is MicroStrategy. Their earnings come out Wednesday after the market closes, okay? So tomorrow's Tuesday. Wednesday after the market closes, earnings come out. And this is really, really big, right? Because there's the new FASB accounting rules, right? So in a video a couple days ago, we talked about how Tesla, they were able to claim $600 million in revenue because of the Bitcoin that they held on their balance sheet because of these new FASB's fair accounting rules. So Bitcoin's trending up. They're starting to get some hype in the market. There's now a sovereign wealth fund. David Sachs is going to be having a press conference tomorrow. This is kind of a bullish scenario, right? Bitcoin, I really do think we're going to hit 103, 104, 105 by tomorrow, which is only going to help MicroStrategy, right? They're up 3% today. And guess what? They're up in the after hours as well. I think if Bitcoin continues to push higher, right? If we could get back to 105, which would not be unheard of, right? 106 is where we'd be before the tariffs were announced. If we get back to 106, MicroStrategy after earnings now with these fair value accounting rules going on, and just to kind of break that down a little bit for you, historically in the past, companies who held Bitcoin, they had to say that the value of that Bitcoin is the purchase price. So let's think about this. If MicroStrategy, who has an average purchase price of $64,000, that's what they had to put on their books, even though Bitcoin is worth over $100,000, right? So that actually hurts them. Now they can say, hey, we hold way more Bitcoin on our balance, on our books, because, right, Bitcoin's over 100,000. Their average price is 64,000, and that helps earnings. And right, when companies beat earnings, they're going to get a ton of immediate media attention, right? It's going to be all over Twitter. It's going to be all over CNBC, Yahoo Finance, all these legacy media folks. They're going to report earnings, and MicroStrategy is going to fly because of it. So this is MicroStrategy on the weekly chart, right? This is the last time they had earnings in October. And guess what? It's earnings are with MicroStrategy, they're reported at the end of the day. So it's after this candle. And guess what? You went up for 4 weeks straight, right? So could this last earning call be indicative? Who knows? It's kind of tough to tell, right? They've also missed earnings in the past too. I'm going to be following this really, really closely. If you guys are in my Discord, which I'm plugging, it's completely free. I have nothing to sell you. Absolutely nothing. Link is going to be in the description below. Join, right? Because once we hit 100 members in here, I'm going to close it out. Okay. So really, really get in while you can, while it's still free, because I'm going to be talking about in the Discord my hedge on not only MicroStrategy, but Bitcoin as well, right? What I'm going to roll my crypto profits into when the market eventually dumps. And I actually think I can make more money when Bitcoin drops versus Bitcoin on the way up. And I know that's a bold statement. We're going to be talking about it in the Discord. Link below. It's completely free. Guys, this is me. Again, if you got any value out of this, consider hitting the like and subscribe button. What do you guys think? Do you think this is bullish for Bitcoin? Do you think Bitcoin can hit a new all-time high by the end of the week? Guess what? That is on my bingo card. I think that could be a very, very real possibility because we now have a sovereign wealth fund, which is really code word for the United States is going to go buy Bitcoin. Plus, the crypto czar himself, Mr. Sachs, he's holding a press conference on digital assets tomorrow. The narrative has changed really, really quickly, mind you, within the past 24 hours. I think this really feels like the start of a real altcoin season. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm just a guy on the internet, but those are my thoughts. Again, if you got any value out of this, hit the like, subscribe button. I'll see you guys on the next video.